Everybody, what's going on? We are loaded up. Got the dogs. The other one, there he is. He's back there. He is. He keeps an eye on the back. I don't know why. Anyway, we are headed to Delaney Creek State Park near Salem, Indiana. So we're packed up, gassed up, plenty of provisions. We're ready to go. Let's do it.
Let's go.
So we finally made it out here, got our campsite all set up. We're at Delaney Campground, or excuse me, Delaney Creek Campground. And look at that view behind me, folks. Look at that. That is just beautiful. Nice little lake down there. It's just a couple of campsites over. We were trying to get this one right there. In fact, we'd all got pulled in and then they came up and told us, nope, somebody's already in there. Which if you're heading down this way, they don't appear to be super organized here. When I called this morning to see if they had anything available, they go, oh yeah, and I said, do I need to make a reservation? They go, no, don't worry about that, just pick out your site when you get down here. So we arrived, there was nobody at the gate, so we drove in, picked out our campsite, and we've had to move twice now, so. You know, first world problems, that's the worst thing that happens to us on this trip. We're doing pretty good, but we got the rig all pulled up, got the slides out, got our canopy up. Walk around over here so you can see what's happening on this side. And there was a big issue, was the reach on the electric. They have 30 amp service here. We have a 50 amp rig, so thankfully I do have a adapter for the plug. But let's walk down here by the lake. Ooh, nice. I've been wanting to fish, or catch a fish, I should say. I've fished a couple times. I've been really wanting to fish all summer, and just things wouldn't line up. There wasn't the time, or when I had time, it was raining and it wasn't worth going out. So yeah, tonight we're definitely going to try to catch some fish out here for sure. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera around. All right, there you go. We'll just do a nice little pano. This is just absolutely gorgeous. You know, a lot of people think of Indiana here in the Midwest as being pretty flat, but when you get down here in the southern part of the state, you can see there's definitely some elevation changes. I can only imagine how beautiful that hillside is there. Come the middle to end of October into November when it gets cold and those leaves all change colors. Must just be absolutely beautiful. Of course, down there's the, I think that's a dam, holds all this back. But shout out to Julie Lively for recommending this place. Had no idea it was down here. Kind of back up there and see where our campsite is. But Julie turned me on to this place, and I'm glad she did. We'd originally planned to go to Nashville, Tennessee today, but it's going to rain the next 3 days. So we just figured, you know, if we're going to sit in the camper, you know, for 3 days and watch it rain, might as well not even go. Judy already had the time off, so we didn't want to waste that. So weather down here, a little warm. It's about 83 degrees now. It'll get down to 63 tonight, according to the Weather Channel. And that'll be make for some fantastic sleeping weather for sure. Get all the windows opened up, but a little toasty in the daytime, as you can see. Not much in the way of shade. A few sites have shade, but those, of course, those get gobbled up pretty quick. I would like to get out here and swim. And I know that they've got, there's someplace out here to swim. I just don't know where it is. But we'll find it. There you go. There's some little minnows out there. So there's a little fish. There are bigger ones. Kind of see some others rolling around out there. But very excited to be able to come out here and fish here in a little bit. So we'll do that. Good morning, everybody. It is day 2, and I had to share this spectacular sunrise over the lake today. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Little mist in the air, just hanging over the water. Gorgeous. As you can see, we got the bikes out. It is a beautiful sunny day. We are going to go do a tour of Delaney Creek Campground and show you the sights. Hey folks, I want to show you a little tip that I came up with for helping you cook on an open fire when you're out on a camping trip. One of the things you find is when you go into a campground, a lot of places require you to purchase their wood. They don't want you bringing wood in from outside for various reasons. Having said that, you have no clue what kind of shape the wood's in. I've been to places where it was fresh cut wood that wouldn't burn for anything. The stuff we got right now is pretty nice. It's dry, it burns okay, but it is big. And with only a small hand hatchet, it can make splitting that wood very difficult. So what I like to do is I like to travel with a couple of bags of just regular charcoal. Now, right now, as I'm making this video, it is we're in the last half of September, so all this stuff's pretty inexpensive. So all I do is I take this, I'm just gonna split the bag open here on the side. Open this up, and I'm just going to liberally saturate this with some lighter fluid, just like you would for your charcoal grill. What I like about this is it burns a little more consistently. It's going to have a nice temperature for cooking. Tonight we're gonna do some steaks. We did burgers last night, you saw that. But tonight we're gonna be doing some steaks. So I wanna make sure that I've got a good, consistent fire. When I spread these coals out, I know everything's gonna cook a little better. Plus, with these great big giant slabs of wood, you'll see those here in a minute, those are hard to get hot. And you know, when you've been around a campground, especially when you're towards the end of the camping season here in the Midwest anyway, there's just not a lot of wood laying around for kindling wood. So didn't bring an axe with me. I usually don't travel with an axe. So this is a technique I've worked. You might try it. You got something different, leave a comment down below. Would love to hear what you do when you cook outdoors. So check this out. So you can see I've got a little smoldering going on. That is still left over from last night. So that is how long this charcoal will last, and also how it will help burn your wood. As you can see, I've just got that small hand hatchet, and that's some big chunks of wood, which means it requires a tremendous amount of heat to get it to burn. And I've got a couple of pieces that I put underneath the charcoal, which will give that a nice base, something to kind of contain it once that bag burns through. Plus, it will also, again, help get that burning, so towards the end of the evening when we're just looking for a little recreational fire, I can put some of that wood on there, and this should be hot enough. to get it to go, but let's go ahead and let's fire it up. This is my secret weapon right here. Turn that down. Whoop, wrong way, turn down just a bit. There we go. So yeah, I know, not very rustic way to start a fire, but as you can see, very effective. And when you're just trying to burn wood, you just kind of prop that up and let it roast everything again. No kindling wood around here to speak of. So you got to make do. And again, we're not in a survival mode. We're not going to rub two sticks together or use a piece of flint to start a fire. Like to eat. We'd like to eat sometime this evening before it gets too late. So we're going to do what we got to do. And in the meantime, we're just going to let that, just like you would your charcoal grill, we're going to let those burn, get nice and gray. Spread them out. Get our fire grate over there. And as you can see, that is burning pretty evenly. Looks like get a little crispier here on the left hand side, but that's going to make for a terrific cooking platform. We'll slide the campsite grill right over the top of that once those have burned down a little bit. We'll spread them out a little. That'll give us a nice consistent temperature for cooking our steaks tonight, and I guarantee you they are going to be delicious. So there we go. We got our fillets out on the grill. We had to butterfly them. Those actually started life as 3 fillets, and they were just so thick. I thought, man, we'll be out here forever trying to get those to cook. So we butterflied them, and we're going to grill those up. As you can see right there, got a nice consistent heat source underneath the grill, so those should cook pretty evenly. Pretty excited. Those are going to be delicious. And after a great dinner like that, we are going to sit down, enjoy some tasty beverages, and I am going to enjoy a delicious cigar. Judy James, you want a cigar? She does not want a cigar. After dinner, we were treated to a special show from low Earth orbit as the International Space Station passed right over the campground. Well, friends, we're all packed up. That's going to wrap it up here from Delaney Park. Overall impressions, definitely would come back here. A couple things, it could be a little better, but I think you're probably going to find that with any campgrounds. Appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you click subscribe, ring the bell, and hey, we'll catch you next time.